We're here at the conclusion of the 2014 NWCA All-Star Match. I'm here with the one and only, the legendary best pinner in the history of the world, Mr. Wade Schalles. How do you like this event today, buddy?
It was a great event. It was some outstanding matches tonight. The clinic this morning for the young men have beat the streets, and we had several hundred kids here. That was wonderful. The social was good right before the wrestling, and then, of course, the wrestling tops it off. It was exceptional tonight. Great matches. I was really excited to see the heavyweight match. McMullen, he's always been knocking on the door, and he finally turned the corner tonight and just had a wonderful match. Beat the defending NCAA champ at heavyweight. Green from Jersey out of Nebraska did a great job. Standing a little flat-footed on a couple occasions, got knocked on his backside, but he bounced back and took the win. It was just some really good matches tonight, as you would expect when you see number one, number two going against each other, or 1-3 type matchups. It was just great wrestling. The kids got to see some good stuff. If you know you're wrestling, you get a chance to see a lot of half shots and little shots that were really serious shots, but they got stopped halfway through because of how good the other kid was. And how do you tell the people that are new to wrestling all the little nuances, a little turn of a hand that was a shot, but it wasn't a shot? You and I notice it, but they don't. It was, so for us, it was exciting. And I think the fans, that came here, even the new ones, they saw some really great bodies, good motion, skilled athletes. It was a good evening.
2014 different from 2004, different from 1994, 1984, so on and so forth. What is it that the sport is doing that's changing, that's making it better, or is it?
Well, you have an hour or two?
I have as much time as you need.
Now, the athletes any day. I mean, was Joe Louis better than Muhammad Ali? Was he better than Tyson? All these athletes are great athletes. If you would take Ali and put him in Tyson's era, where he would have the same training techniques, the same nutrition, same sports psychiatrist or psychologist, he's going to win just like Tyson won. You bring Joe Louis back and you do the same thing. Mark Spitz, he wouldn't qualify for the NCAA championships anymore in swimming, but he had 7 gold medals. But if you put him in today's society, eating and training like Phelps is doing, he'd be right up there too. So I'd have to think if it's true in boxing, if it's true in swimming and diving or track, it's true in wrestling. Some of the champs in the 40s or 70s or 90s, will hold their own with these guys right up. But you have to go through a different training process. Today, the kids are more physical than we've ever been, better conditioned than we've ever been in the past, and that's what probably would make the difference of if you could bring somebody from the 70s and just pop him in here and he's not ready to go. I don't think he would wilt under the pressure that you'd see from these guys. What match was I watching? Schiller with Cox. Cox by far is the better athlete, but Schiller wouldn't stay the hell off his head. He was pulling on his head, pull. And I said, he's going to wear Cox out. Cox had to lose a lot of weight to make the 97. His first time down this year, he dropped 20 pounds to get here. And I knew later in the matches it was going to cost him, but he was, how do you say he's the better wrestler? I know he's the better athlete, but he didn't win. And it was Schiller was just constantly on him, kept the pressure on, wore out his lower back from pulling on the back of his head, and Cox wilted in overtime and didn't make it.
We have the defending champions, the 3-time defending champions, Penn State Nittany Lions. Is this the year they get knocked from their perch? Well,
they'll probably not repeat. They lost some of their big guns in Ruth and Taylor. And it's Penn State doesn't really rebuild, but it is a rebuilding year. They're going to be loaded up and down the weight class. We didn't see any of the Penn Staters here, like
Matt Brown.
Yeah, Matt Brown. I think he's ranked number 3, but number 1 and number 2 wanted to come, so he wasn't here. They have probably 7 or 8 ranked kids in their lineup. Number 4, number 7, number 8, number 2. But, they didn't get anybody here tonight. We wish they would have been. We'd have had another 2,000 people here. But we had a great crowd anyhow. Penn State will be there. I think it's going to be more balanced this year. Right now, you'd say balanced, Minnesota's going to win it, on paper. But between now and the end of the year, there's a lot of wrestling to take place, a lot of matches, academic problems with somebody will fall along the side there. Someone's going to twist a knee somewhere along the line. Stieber didn't wrestle tonight. He didn't pass the medical check, and he's going for his 4th NCAA title. Now, I'm sure Stieber will be back, but, that could happen at the NCAAs instead of here. And next thing you know, Ohio State, which is going to be as good as anybody this year, without Stieber in the lineup, that's 25 points coming out of their lineup, and that would cost them the NCAA title. They're not that deep. Anybody lose a Stieber type person. So there's going to be 5 teams that are going to be in there, and it's that one kid from Clarion. Is he going to knock off somebody from Iowa? That all of a sudden just changes the whole complexion of the scoring. Or a UT Chattanooga or a Boise State kid come in there and peck away at a ranked Oklahoma State type kid. There's 4 or 5 teams, and Penn State will be in there, but there's going to be a lot of upsets for Penn State to repeat. I wish they would. I'm native Pennsylvanian. I wear the Pennsylvania colors real well, but I'm afraid this is not going to be their year.
Hey, listen, we appreciate this, man. As always, this is Wade Schalles, the Hall of Famer, the greatest pinner in the history of the sport. He pinned his way through the Tbilisi tournament. If you guys know anything about that event, he is on point as always. Thank you for your time, Wade. We appreciate you.